folks, I'm Holley Howell, and I'm not just a Riesling lover, I'm a Riesling fanatic. And I'm lucky to live here in the Finger Lakes where there's so many wonderful Rieslings to choose from. Today we're going to look at the Riesling bottle and look at the tradition of how Rieslings have been bottled throughout the years and see that actually a bottle can tell you a lot before you even open it. If we look to Germany as the birthplace of Riesling, our traditions here sort of follow the same as Germany. For example, sparkling wine. Here are two sparkling Rieslings, one from Germany and one from the Finger Lakes of New York State. You can always tell a sparkling wine bottle because it's a little bit wider at the girth and it also has a big cork in the top, tied in by a wire. They do that to prevent the cork from blowing out because the effervescence of the wine builds up a lot of pressure. So sparkling wines you can tell right off the bat. And believe me, these sparkling Rieslings are absolutely delicious. German, Finger Lakes. Let's go on to the different styles of table wines. Riesling from Germany can come in a brown, green, or blue bottle. Here you go. If you look at this Riesling, it's a Mosel Sauerrufer. And in this region of Germany, the wines can be dry or sweet, but they tend to be more mineral-driven and more taste of the earth. So you'll see that most Mosels are bottled in a green bottle. To mimic that style, the drier Rieslings of the Finger Lakes are also bottled in green. For the most part, that lets you know that that's the drier style of that particular winery. It'll come in a green bottle to mimic the Mosel wines of Germany. Add a little touch of sweetness to your Riesling, and you're going to get into the semi-dry versions. And you'll notice that in Germany, the very fruity Rieslings come from the Rheingau of Germany. Not to say there aren't dry wines, but for the most part, they're very fruity. Lots of tropical fruit in the Rheingau and the Rheinhessen. And the Rhine bottles are brown. So here in the Finger Lakes, we tend to mimic that style as well. Semi-dry Rieslings that have a little more sweetness to them are usually bottled in a brown bottle. So we're going from green, dry, brown, semi-dry. Now what happens when we get to the sweet? Well, most Americans remember their first taste of Riesling in a blue bottle from Germany called Blue Nun or Liebfraumilch. And again, that tradition has kept going. If you have a sweeter style Riesling, for example this one from White Springs, a little bit more sweetness than a semi-dry, you tend to see them bottled in blue bottles. That gives you a hint that it's going to be a sweeter style Riesling. And finally, to know you're getting a dessert style Riesling, the small bottles are your big clue. Little dessert Rieslings are packed with a lot of punch, and there's a lot of sweetness in there. Most of them are sold in half bottles because a little goes a long way. Here's a nice sweet Auslese from Germany and a nice sweet Riesling from Dr. Frank. And you can see they are bottled in the same style. So, most of these bottles, as you find them on the shelf, if you're looking for a particular style, this is a good clue to look for. Sparkling with the big cork, green, dry, brown, semi-dry, blue, sweet, and those little minis are the sweetest of all. The best thing about all of these bottles is that they are full. And I need to start a little research right now. So I'm going to get going here, and I encourage all of you to get out there and try a New York State Riesling today. Thanks.